So how do you know? How do you really know that your desire is already yours? It's obviously meant for you. It's already done. How can you really practice the knowing that it's already yours? It's guaranteed. Well, today I am going to get into that. My name is Genevieve, and on this channel, we talk all about manifestation, how to manifest in a really healthy way, how to apply the law of assumption and maybe sprinkle in some other manifestation teachings. How can you apply these things in a way that matches their original intention and isn't a superficialized, not so great interpretation of manifestation. So on this channel, I will teach you all about that, how to manifest in healthy, sustainable ways. And if you would like to work with me, I have links below on ways to do that. I have 2 courses. At the time of me publishing this, I have 2 courses available for you. A master course in manifesting your specific person, and also a 31-day self-concept reset overhaul. Also both of these courses are very in-depth. And depending, I keep getting the question of if you could pick one of the courses to do, which one is the best. And obviously that's really gonna depend on you and where you're at this moment. I think starting with self-concept is probably always the right way to go. But if you are someone who wants to get a course and you really do think that your self-concept is mostly really good and you just want help with your SP, then the SP course could be great for you. I will say this SP course is different than any other SP course you have done. It very much goes into severing any unhealthy attachment that is influencing why the dynamic you're having with this person isn't changing, isn't shifting, isn't manifesting in a different way. And so I want you to go into it knowing that, yeah, self-concept is going to be a part of it, and that you are going to learn to reclaim the parts of yourself that you have given away by being overly attached to this person, feeling a void or doing something like that. So I just have to say that about this SP course. So it is great for you if you've had anxious attachment. This SP course in particular really addresses that. Anyway, that's my rant about the courses. You can also join my membership portion of the channel. So I have private content on that portion of my channel. So if you'd like to get access to my extra content, you can join the membership. You can work with me one-on-one if I haven't already said that. You can look at all the links and see what you want to do. So now let's get into this. How do you really know that your desire is already yours? So first, of course, it is your anxious ego that is asking this question. But I want to remind you that your conscious mind, your ego mind, whatever you want to call it, your conscious mind was the last to even know about this desire. And I'm saying that because it's like so many things had to line up in reality just for you to even become consciously aware of this desire, of this particular powerful desire, whether it's a person or a thing or anything that feels like something that you're drawn to, something that you're magnetized to. So many things in reality had to move just for you to meet your desire or become conscious of your desire. So your conscious mind, your ego that's desperately trying to control manifestation work, it's desperately trying to figure out manifestation work and, make it happen in a linear way that your ego wants it to happen and understand it. Your ego, it's like you have to really practice putting the ego aside, because the ego, again, it was the last to know that this desire was yours, because the reason it even came into your conscious awareness, your ego awareness, is because it had already been brewing. This desire had already been manifesting you long before it became conscious. This is a really big part of perspective when it comes to maintaining your knowing as the operant power, maintaining your relationship, a very healthy, open relationship with your subconscious, and the things that are brewing in there, the things that are really deep in there that are affecting you. When you are so open to everything available to you that's coming from your subconscious, and I'm going to just pause here and say what your subconscious really is for a moment. Your subconscious, what it really is your unique gateway to everything, to oneness, all that exists is accessible through your specific subconscious. And the reason I say that it's kind of like a gate is because it is, in that your conscious mind, depending on the relationship, the openness of the relationship that you have between your conscious mind and your subconscious mind, there are like gate mechanisms that either allow your conscious mind to like see what's going on in there, or they're like blocks, like fences where you can't see what's going on in there. And the more repressed you are, the more unable to be self-honest, the more fearful you are of yourself, you probably have a limited gate, a limited scope into what's really going on in your subconscious. And the more you become more open in your operant powerness, the more you get a really healthy, congruent relationship to yourself and the oneness of yourself in terms of you're not severed from yourself anymore. You're not disconnected from yourself. You're not shaming parts of yourself or hiding parts of yourself or trying to run from parts of yourself or trying to manifest in an attempt to run from parts of yourself. That's another interesting topic. But if you are congruent within yourself in terms of being so self-trusting, so open to whatever might be happening in your subconscious, you have a wider gate to all that exists, that gate that opens up, as I said, into complete oneness, into complete everything that exists in the universe, everything that is God, and everything is accessible through that subconscious. So as a manifestor, and this isn't often talked about, especially with law of assumption stuff, which kind of surprises me, honestly, but it's important to train yourself in keeping that gate, that passageway between your conscious mind and subconscious mind, keeping it very open so that you can really see what's going on in terms of not only just the relationship you're having to your desires and therefore why they're manifesting a particular way, but also because then you can kind of start seeing into your own future, because your subconscious, it's way ahead of your conscious mind. It's way ahead and also behind in a way, because it's everything, it's everywhere and everything. And when you get really deep in your subconscious, you can actually really start getting good at being even more sure of the future, because you're so, again, open to and congruent with things that are offering itself to you from your subconscious. It's like you get to know yourself so much deeper and better that you see your own like future projection a little bit better. So anyway, that was a big tangent from this topic of how do you know it's already yours. But I hope that this is making sense in terms of like, we as humans, if you're untrained in these deep spiritual practices, if you're pretty superficial and you're keeping all this law of assumption knowledge very much in your ego, just in your conscious mind, and you're trying to control in your conscious mind, and that's kind of where all your spiritual law of assumption work is staying, then it's no wonder that there's so much credibility that you're giving to this question of, well, how do I know if it's already mine, and how do I know if it's working, and how do I know if it's really meant for me? Those are very egoic questions that come from a lack of connection to the deeper subconscious truth, that access point, the subconscious access point to all that is everything, and how these specific things, these specific desires that are coming to you through your subconscious, they're coming to you because they're already yours. Like I said, they've already been manifesting you long before you were even consciously aware of them. So you know they're already yours, and the more powerful the desire, in terms of like, the more it's like really consuming you, like it's really like you can't shake it. I have so many clients that say things to me like, you know, I've tried to let this go, I've tried to move on, and I just cannot do it. And it's like, I tried to surrender and just forget about it, but it's like this desire does not leave me. And that's because it is yours. It's already yours. It's literally already in your conscious mind and your subconscious and your whole being. And to let it go would be like trying to chop off your arm and like surrender your arm, because this thing, this desire of yours, it is yours. And what you are needing to do now is shift, and this is the conscious part, consciously practice shifting your relationship to this desire, because that is what's, one, causing you suffering, and two, causing it not to physically materialize in the 3D realm in the way that you think that it should. But the desire is yours. It's already yours. You have it. If you have the desire, then it is yours. It is done. But your experience of the desire, that's what you are in control of. That is what you are meant to be using your free will to decide how you're going to experience this desire. Are you going to continue to experience this desire from the I am, the identification of suffering, where there is tension between me and this desire, there is so much distance, there's so many problems, there's a lot of struggle and circumstances, all kinds of things. Are you primarily interacting with this desire from a place of feeling and seeing all these blocks between you and the desire? Or are you interacting with this desire from an identification that says, yeah, I feel totally safe knowing that there's nothing but love that's happening here between me and this desire. I know there's nothing but love. I know it's very easy. I know there's nothing but acceptance. I can already in this moment just be like, I feel that relief of like, yes, this desire is safe with me. I am safe with it. And I just feel really good about it, because that is what the wish fulfilled generally feels like, where there's no more tension, there's no more weirdness, there's no more like things to fixate on that are problems, there's no more circumstances that are problems and have a lot of meaning. You are truly just like, yeah, there's nothing between me and this person, or me and this desire. If it's a physical desire, not a person, I just know that I have it. I just know that I already have it. And again, you know you already have it because you do have it. Like, it's with you. It's here. It's right now in you right now, very much a part of your reality right now. Whether or not you see it in the 3D, it is a part of your reality. And this is why we also say that the 3D really doesn't matter. It's the after effect, because it's not the 3D that's dictating your reality. It's what you can feel within you is with you right now, that you're like, yes, this thing in me, it's all I feel. It's like, it's with me all the time. And you're either feeling suffering about that, or you're feeling some contentment about that. You're feeling some relief or calmness or confidence, or whatever you want to call it, because it's a little bit different for different people. But you're feeling some sense of naturalness and fulfillment. You're not feeling like there's a problem. You're feeling like, yeah, this is just who I am, that I have this desire, and it feels good to feel close to it and feel like it's mine, because it is mine. I literally have it right now and I can't let it go. So it is mine. Because there is a reason that you do have specific desires for certain people, certain things, that other people really don't have desires that are as strong and as specific as the specific ones that you have. So really trust that there's a reason that you feel the way that you do about your important manifestations, or I should say all your manifestations. There's a reason that you have these strong feelings. There's a reason that you can't let it go. And a part of it, again, is because this desire has been manifesting you long before it came into your conscious mind, and long before your ego became aware of it and then decided to, through weird suffering control paradigms, try to like control it. And I laugh at saying control it, because a lot of us, I should say, can sometimes use manifestation practices in an attempt to control, but we're using the practices from still a place of suffering, if that makes sense. Like, we're doing it because we don't think it's ours yet. We think we need to do certain things to make it ours. And so the you behind your practice is still an I am of lack, an identification of lack, where it's like, I don't have this yet. I've got to work hard to get it. I've got to do all these things. I've got to make sure I do all my affirmations or whatever the heck I think I need to do. And so that is your ego, your wounded ego, the way it's perceiving this desire, trying to control it. All you really need to do, I mean, there's not, for everybody, there's a different to do in terms of like, how do I actually get into fulfillment so that I can experience this desire that's already mine, so I can experience it in a way that feels really good to me. Everybody's going to be different, and that there's different things that you're going to have to go through. And trust too that the manifestation is still manifesting you. Like I said, it was manifesting you long before you were even aware of it. And as you go through this journey of manifestation and learning about how to do it more consciously, the manifestation itself is manifesting you. And that like, you are just going to have random breakthroughs, and you are suddenly just going to have like moments where it just clicks and it's like out of nowhere. And that's partly because your manifestation is manifesting you, and it's all being helped by that, again, powerful subconscious. And the more open you are and able to see it and be so unafraid. And so, because sometimes there are going to be scary things that pop out of your subconscious, especially if there's a lot of repressed stuff that you haven't dealt with consciously, it will pop out at you as you go through the subconscious. But that's good. That's a good sign. This is why emotional purges and things are a good sign in manifestation world, that you are shifting. You are literally purging old identities. So don't be freaked out by that. Stop giving that stuff bad meaning, because it's important for some of us for a part of the process. So trust, and don't be afraid to look in your subconscious, see what's really going on deep inside of there in terms of old identities that you need to clean out, do some inventory, get those out of there. And also like going into like the root, because also these old identities that are repressed are usually also hiding your repressed love, like your repressed confidence is also deep in there. So as you go through it, you're going to go through layers, and then you are going to be able to access like, okay, now I can see that like this whole time, like it's been manifesting me, and I can be confident about this. And it's like just this magical thing that just happens as you go through the process, and that you trust the process. So again, go back to this, like, what do I do to do this or whatever question. It's not what you do per se, because there's so many things that you could do to try to get in there, but it's who are you being as you do, if that makes sense. Who are you being in terms of asking yourself, like, okay, right now, if I'm being someone who doesn't have it, I need to switch into, okay, I'm now going to be someone who knows that I have it. I already have the desire. It's very powerfully with me. So obviously I have it. So I am going to be the person that simply knows I already have it. It's already done. I cannot mess this up. And I'm going to inquire even deeper into my subconscious. What do I need to see or let go of that will help me even more? And as I say this, I'm thinking I should really make a meditation specifically to help with this, and I'll probably put it on the membership portion of this channel, because that's where most of the meditations that I'm going to do are going to go, is on the membership portion. But I know that would be really helpful to a lot of you, like getting deeper into your subconscious and seeing all that. So anyway, I think I'm going to wrap this up here, because this has been another fun ramble. But I hope this made sense to you, and that there's nothing saying that this desire isn't yours, or it's not done, or it's not meant to be yours. There's nothing and no one saying that besides you, and the way you're interacting with yourself and the way you're interacting with this desire. You are doing that to yourself in all the different ways you do, where you make circumstances important, or you are too fixated on problems of the past, or you're too fixated on weird stuff about yourself. So that's all you need to do, is change your relationship with those parts of yourself. Minimize the things you used to perceive as important problems, because they're not. They're only problems because you turn them into problems. And keep going and trusting that, again, this process has been manifesting you long before you were ever even consciously aware of what the heck was going on. So trust that that's continuing to happen, and you cannot mess this up. So, okay, I think that's good for today. I will see you guys in my next one. All right, bye.